G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. Today I'm reviewing this beer here. It's the Japanese brewed Kirin Ichiban. Comes in this 500ml can, and we're going to put it up against the Australian version in the 330ml glass bottle. Both are 5% ABV. You might be wondering, well, how did you get your hands on the Japanese version? Good question. This one comes courtesy of my older brother, who recently went to Japan and brought me back a few cans of the local beers. So shout out to Freddie. Thank you very much. I'm going to do it as a blind taste test. I've got two schooner glasses here, and I'm going to try something different this time, just to make sure for you in terms of the viewer that we're being fair income here. So I've got two little pieces of paper here, one with the letter A, one with the letter J, and I'm going to pop a little bit of blue tack over the letter so I can't see it, and I'm going to pop it here on the bottom of the glass. I'm going to hope that it still sits flat, and I'm also going to hope that the condensation doesn't make it fall off. We'll get Mrs. Hef to come in off camera and do the pause. So there we go. Can't see. And we'll come back and we'll make an assessment. See you in a moment. Okay, we're back. I've got two schooners here in front of me. One of them is the Australian brewed Kirin Ichiban, and one of them is the Japanese brewed Kirin Ichiban. I don't know which one is which at the moment. Let's have a look at them both and see if we can determine which one we think is which. Okay, there's the appearance. There is a significant difference, as you can see, of course, in terms of the head. The one in this hand here has about 2 fingers of bright white head. This one has less than a finger. In terms of the colour, this one here has just got a little bit more condensation on the glass, so it's a little bit tricky to tell. They're reasonably similar. I think that this one might be a touch darker. Carbonation levels look very similar. Aroma. Oh, well, there's a difference. Oh, it's tricky to articulate. I mean, they're similar. I'm actually getting a little bit more aroma from this one here. I'm not sure if it's got to do with the amount of head. I mean, both have a sweet malt aroma. Let's go in for the taste. Cheers. Okay, I've done a few reviews with Kirin Ichiban, comparing it, the Australian version, comparing it to other Australian brewed Japanese lagers. So I do know that it's generally, for me at least, presents as a malt forward lager. Quite similar in terms of taste. This one might be a touch drier. It should have something to cleanse the palate in between. I'm getting a little bit more from this one. Yeah, they're similar. It's quite a malt forward lager. This one is finishing a little bit drier. There's not a lot of hop presence for me in either of them. The body is quite light still, as you'd expect from a beer that's using rice as an adjunct. Certainly sessionable. Price point, interesting. If you were to go down, if you're in Australia, go down to your local Liquorland and buy a bottle of this, you're going to pay about $6 for it. This one, 500ml can, Japanese brewed, buying it in Japan. At the time of purchase, my brother paid 283 yen for this can, 283 yen. And at the moment, I did look up the conversion. That is $2.83 in Australian dollars. $2.83 for this 500ml can. It's been a while since I've had one of the Australian brewed Kirin Ichibans. I've had a few of them on camera. So it is quite difficult for me to remember exactly what it's like. I think for me, I'm going to suggest that the one here that had a bit more head, or quite a bit more head, quite a lot more head, not quite as dry in the finish, similar flavour profile, but I'm just getting a bit more of it. And this one's slightly different on the front end as well. I mean, like, it's in the ballpark, but yeah, a little bit of difference in the front and a drier finish. All right, so I think this is the Japanese version. I think this is the Australian one. The paper's held on, so that's good. I can peel it off. And then I'll have to peel the bloody blue tack off. Oh. All right, what have we got? J. That's the Japanese version. This one here. That's going to be an A for Australia. So there you go. I think the Japanese one is better. But that's quite reasonable. Some of the other videos that I've done with overseas brewed, the imported version versus the ones that are brewed under license, some of them, the difference has just been substantial. And the locally brewed versions, i.e. the Australian brewed versions, have just been, have compared very poorly to the international version. So I guess the lesson out of this is that this isn't too bad. If you want a Japanese beer, difficult to find in Australia, as I've said before, a Japanese brewed beer, this gets you pretty close. So there you go. Cheers. Shout out again to Freddie for the beer. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.